Let us hear what other boxing pundits think. This is Talking Boxing.
Well, my prediction is Joshua is going to win. The reason being, he's coming into this bout more hungrier. This bout is more or less like a redemption bout for him. And I believe he's learned from the previous fight. He's going to correct his mistakes. He's coming in technically sound. He's coming in mentally sound. He's coming in physically stronger. I know Usyk is also coming in technically sound, but I'll go with Joshua because I feel like he's going to make a statement. He's going to redeem himself from the previous loss. That is why.
It's real simple for me. It's real Ghana boxing, man. And we talking about Anthony Joshua versus Usyk rematch. Usyk versus Anthony Joshua, I should say, because Usyk dominated to get the belts. And we back at it, man. And Joshua activity has kind of been suspect, man, because he switched trainers, and you know the saying, the old dog can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, he is who he is. He if he didn't go back and watch the Chisora fight when Chisora fought Usyk, Chisora would rattle Usyk in the first round with a left jab, you know, a up jab, you know. So it's like Chisora even knew that he had to press Usyk. He had to press him and make him uncomfortable because, Usyk is, wasn't really settled in as a heavyweight. But Joshua, on the other hand, who's bigger than Chisora, decides to be on his tippy toes on the outside and tries to outbox Usyk. Changing to Robert Garcia, I don't know how he's going to teach that old dog new tricks. I don't know. But with that said, I respect Anthony Joshua, and he's, he knows he has the weight of England or UK on his shoulders, and he knows he can't disappoint. So he's going to be doing something very different, very different. And then you got to consider Usyk in his worn, torn country. How is that going to play on his mentality going into the rematch? I think it's going to be much of the same. I think Usyk is going to even do worse, man. He may even drop Joshua and really, make a statement, because Anthony Joshua, he's not going to be able to turn around and become this aggressive fighter that everybody wants him to be, because that's not who he is. Even when you watch, when he fought Andy Ruiz in the first match, he was aggressive, and then he got caught. He's always going to get caught. But the problem is, can he bounce back? He didn't bounce back against Ruiz in the first fight when he was in a storm, and he had to go back to the drawing board and come out with a different game plan in the rematch to beat Ruiz. And it was more of a boxing on the back foot. He can't box on the back foot with Usyk. And I don't know how he's going to be able to totally change his style of fighting to be more aggressive, because he has to fight like Chisora did to beat Usyk, and that's not who he is. So it's going to be a hard one for Joshua, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does something different, because he's a smart boxer. He's a smart guy, but he just got a lot of questions inside that he has yet to answer this real Ghana boxing.
Boxing, like the old adage goes, kills pays the bill, and boxing is 80% mental. And who has those two to his advantage? Oleksandr Usyk has those two to his advantage. Oleksandr Usyk's backhand will start giving Anthony Joshua a whole lot of problem, and I don't think his partnership with Garcia is strong enough to see him through. So this is my take on the fight. Oleksandr Usyk, round 10 knockout.
My prediction on Anthony Joshua versus Usyk 2 would be that previously, before he hired Robert Garcia as his trainer, Anthony Joshua, that is, Robert Garcia has some things to say on what he's lacking on and what he needs to improve on. And, all in all, it's a smart move by Anthony Joshua to hire him, because that obviously heard some of his criticism. So it's all about whether Robert Garcia fixes those things he saw in Anthony Joshua, the negative traits, the things that Robert said that he didn't do, can do, won't do, should do. And hopefully by the end of their training camp and, the week of the fight week, they have the chemistry down pat, and Uh, Anthony Joshua believes in Robert Garcia, and Robert Garcia believes in Anthony Joshua. And I think if he utilizes some of the things he learned from Robert Garcia, because we know Robert Garcia, he has a reputation for training dogs. Some of those guys that he trained, are really, really outstanding boxers. Know how to get rough in the ring, know how to, fight it out, fight on the inside. So hopefully, Robert Garcia gives him some great techniques and he follows him. I think if he does that, he'll definitely beat Usyk. I think Usyk is nothing special, nothing super special. He does have some nice wins under his belt, but I think Anthony Joshua, with the right mind state, and the right what word am I looking for? Think the right confidence. If he has the right confidence, and his head is on point, and him and his team are all together, he'll beat Usyk, easy. But if he comes in on fight night, he's unsure of himself and gonna let the last fight get to him, and let Usyk, outbox him, it's a wrap.
I go for Anthony Joshua to win this fight because I think he's learned from the previous fight. He's trained very well. He's psychologically ready. He's had a good camp with good trainers, and his legacy is at stake. Against Usyk, who I think with the situation in Ukraine or wouldn't be coming into this fight in the best frame of mind and maybe, underwhelming this fight. So I will go for Anthony Joshua to win this fight on points.
As much as I want AJ to win, I don't know if it's going to happen, man. It's too much for him, man. The movement, the power. He almost put him down in the first fight, man. And the angles that those Ukrainians have is too much. And you have to be equipped to that early from a young age and coming up as a grown man. And I don't know if AJ has adapted to that. And you can't adapt to that in 1 year. I mean, you can get the hang of it, but to be comfortable with it, you have to seen that kind of style for years. And I know AJ's a gold medalist and all that, but the proof was in the pudding in the first fight, man. And I think AJ can do it, but it's not a guarantee. So I gotta be smart and keep my boxing mind, and I gotta go with Usyk, man. Maybe, possibly by stoppage, possibly. I don't know, but hopefully AJ. I really want AJ to win, but it looks like I gotta go with Usyk.